Hello everyone, my name is Ksenia. You're on my YouTube channel where I talk about healthy vocal technique and give you tips and tricks which you can use to improve your voices at home. Today, that was fast because I am excited. We are going to react to Sleep Talking. Yes, I love the new album. I know that people say that they are maybe not as happy about this album. It's different, yes, but we still have the old Sleep Talking, but evolved into the new era. And I love it. Anyway, I'm excited. Let's listen to that. Obviously, we cannot see his face. I love to look at people's faces when they sing, and shape of the mouth can say a lot about the sound character. And also, do we see the front teeth? Is he smiling? Does he clench in the teeth? All of these things can help us with decoding the sound. So, unfortunately, we cannot do this today, but we can rely on our ears and simply decode his vocals just by the sound of it. Let's do it. Let's listen to it, and let's find out what he's doing with his voice. Okay. Let's start. Sorry, I had to stop. I love the beginning. It reminds me of old polyphonic, like Bach or something, because I used to play a lot of Bach, all these Baroque style polyphonic pieces. This chord progression reminds me a lot of that. It's kind of gives this like church vibes. And these chords, they also remind me of Requiem. It's grief, it's mourning something, and it sounds so sad. Can I just go to beginning, please? I love it. Like we have one major chord, and then it goes to minor again, and continues to minor. That is gorgeous.
Will you listen just as my form starts to fission? Losing this war of attrition, just as I drift away. Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me?
Oh my, he sounds like he's so tired and exhausted, and it's really soft and airy. It reminds me of Emergence. In Emergence, he also starts soft and airy, but here it's different vibe and different emotion behind it. It's so soft because he doesn't have any energy left, and it's just losing this war of attrition. Let's listen to it again.
Will you listen? Just as my form starts to fission, losing this war of attrition, just as I drift away. Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me? In me.
Yeah, it sounds very soft and airy. If you think about eclipse, the sun being blocked by the moon, so the light is being blocked by, I guess, his darkness. So are we in his own minds? I don't know. And also the way it sounds, the way it's produced, it feels like he's right there in my head, which is so weird. I don't feel like I heard his vocals being delivered in terms of production that way. I feel like it's the first time we have it. Maybe I'm wrong. It's so soft, but still his consonants eclipse. Like he's enunciating consonants always. It's his personal style now. It's beautiful. You emerge into the vibe from the first note, and they are so great at showing us these different worlds so we can like dive in from the first seconds of the song. That's just amazing. That's a genius songwriting, you guys.
With the shadows longer to me than a line, yeah. Moving so slow I could die, yeah. Say you can let me say.
So here we have a little more of the volume, more energy on his vocals. He darkens the sound by using the soft palate. So I hear like he's yawning. So we have a hard palate right here, and like there we have a soft palate, and when we yawn, it raises. So it can be either relaxed or raised. And when we raise the soft palate by yawning, it creates this more darker kind of sound. And this is what he's doing a lot in his vocals. So think of a yawn. I still feel a lot of air, but yeah, it's like he's kind of collecting himself a bit more than in the first couple of phrases. Also the inhalation. Will you hold this eclipse in me? More intensity there. It's just brilliant, you guys.
Will you hold this eclipse in me?
Eclipse.
Will you hold this eclipse in me?
If I want to sound a bit closer to him, I cannot. Obviously, I'm a woman. I have a different tone to my voice. But if I want to sound more like him, I need to really think of consonants. Will you hold this eclipse in me? Really enunciate everything just like he does. And then it'll be close if you want to sound close like him. Who doesn't?
Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me?
Oh my god. It sounds like he's in so much pain. I hear two tracks. I hear that there is a one like higher falsetto and he's so great at it. It sounds angelic like. But there's also another track an octave below. You can hear and this two combined, and it's also so intertwined in the mix. Sometimes more in front, sometimes it's more in the back. The way he can convey his emotions into his vocals is just, it's amazing. I want to listen to that painfulness again. Oof, his falsetto is so strong and so beautiful and so light. I wonder if he has ever sung in a church choir. I'm interested. I did. I loved it. I wonder if he did that. Interesting delivery. I love the falsetto. Falsetto always, to me, creates intimate and vulnerable sound. And I don't know what to say. I'm in love. I'm sorry.
Now I know why I woke up here on the shoreline, coughing up blood in the twine.
Was it sound in the mix or was it at my house? Was it in the mix? Because it was the second time. Some kind of click there.
Coughing up blood in the
It's in here.
twilight. Everything
click.
looks the same. Will you hold this eclipse in me?
Sorry, I have to stop. There was some click in here and I was like, is this in my house? No, there's some kind of click like metal or I don't know, something. It was like...
Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold
We are building.
this eclipse in me? Will you want this eclipse in me?
Yeah, so we are building now, and we have more strings, we have more instruments coming in. He has way more energy now. Will you hold this eclipse in me? And also we have some vocals like say na, 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 that kind of thing. It's deeper in the mix, and it reverbs, also creating this bigger sound. And we know it's coming. I know it's coming. I've listened to this breakdown, and every time I'm like, fuck yeah, I love it. Okay, can we just go back a little bit?
Want this eclipse in me? Will you 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 want this eclipse in me?
And then just two phrases before, he starts powerful. Will you hold? And then this eclipse in me. Back to the softer vocals, and then comes the whisper.
Will you hold this eclipse in me?
So cool! Oh my god. Sorry to stop this, but there is also some vocals up there. It's so deep in the mix, and also the guitar riff, da 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 da, all of the diminished notes creates this really unsettling vibe. There's so much tension in here. I love it. Let's go back to the breakdown again because it's amazing. This video will be like 1 hour long. Oh my god. So good. Give it two. It sounds so epic. Oh my god. Oh, it's so beautiful. Whew. And then we have a pause so we can kind of take it all in and take a deep breath. I've been listening to that part so many times, trying to figure out what that is. I know that different people say different things, but I hear a child's voice. Could it be? If you listen to it, it's really high in pitch. It's really high in pitch, and it sounds like a child to me. Could it be his old memories, some old tapes? I don't know, but I'm just speculating. I don't know what that is. Nobody knows, and we'll never know. This is what we have. It's just open for interpretation, but I'm really curious. Tell me what you think. Okay. I love this line. You pray for sound and I pray for silence. Just leave him alone. I love that we have a different delivery production-wise of his vocals. So his intensity is the same, but the effects on vocals are different. When this one of my favorite lines, "Oh my little angel sitting on my shoulder," it sounds kind of further away, and then he's coming back forward to us. I wonder why was it done like this. We know that it's probably always intentional, but it's just interesting to hear different effects on different phrases. Interesting. And harmonies and the blades, so cool, so cinematic. So this part sounded softer in terms of the delivery. It's not as airy as the beginning, but it was more kind of relaxed sounding. And then he's coming with the more energy on "even if this garden of gardens I am a god of the gaps." Like he's given more than, but in the previous part he's like more da 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 da. He's more relaxed there. Is it connected to the lyrics? Probably. I don't know. But it's just different delivery of the vocals on his side. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's go back. Like it's more lean back, kind of. And more legato, more connected. And here the rhythm is different, and he's doing this like it's more clearer in the rhythm, when before he was like more legato. He's doing cool things. And there are also harmonies. Na 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 na. It doesn't sound like him. It sounds like a female's voice. Beautiful harmonies. Can I go back a little bit? And now we're in heaven. And so here he's playing more with falsetto. Oh, and it's more fuller, and then I, and then still in falsetto. I, and then used to know myself or myself. On higher notes, he chooses to be in falsetto, and on lower, he goes into fuller. And oh, and you used to know me well, right? Oh, beautiful. And piano. Oh, and I wish that I could leave myself alone. And here again, oh, and I, really soft, really light falsetto, and then wish that I could leave myself alone. So always back and forth between fuller and falsetto. So beautiful. You wish that you could make me. That was beautiful. How? Like it's really light, but it's so strong because of the twang, because he has a lot of twang on his falsetto and no air. That's why it sounds so strong. Falsetto can be both hollow sounding but also strong sounding when we are singing the higher notes. So when we are removing the air and when we add in twang, it can be like really and it's such a cool contrast. Anyway, let's go back a little bit. And the vocal break, right? So we're back to the 1 2 3 1 2 3 instead of 1 2 3 4. So the time signature changes again, just as in the beginning, but also we are back to the whispers now, and we still have this like what's it called? Harmonies up there. What? Sometimes I feel like my English just leaves the building, but yeah, it's fine. We're back to whispers and again, enunciating the consonants. Really, really, really important. So beautiful. I don't know what was the sound at the end. Ian sounds honestly like he's choking. It's Ivor Vessel or the guitar player who does this kind of sound. And so the only way that we can check what he's doing is with the cameras. So I'm not sure. Maybe it is the creak in this like... This kind of sounds, they sound very quiet without the mics. You really need the mic to make the sound really big and nasty. So all of this like... They need to be like really close to the mic, and you can see sometimes they'll do like that. They trying to collect the sound into the mic so like nothing escapes. Yeah, it's probably fry scream with some distortion. It's a cool sound. I love it. Anyway, I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs of Sleep Talking Now. It'll be on repeat for forever. It's always fascinating what he's doing with his voice because he is such a master vocalist. I love the way he can show us his emotions. Not every vocalist can do that, and when I find people who can, I'm just amazed by that and I love it. Yeah, I'm a fan, obviously. You know what? I wish that I'd found them earlier, but I didn't, and I feel like music finds us when we are ready. You know what I'm saying? When we are ready to be open and to explore, we'll love it, and when we're not ready, we'll be just meh, okay, whatever. So it happened to me a lot, and it just shows that we are always evolving. Everything changes all the time. Our perception, opinion, taste always changes. So yeah, I'm happy that I am a fan of them now, and I look forward to maybe react to some of the other songs on the album because I feel like his vocals sounds a bit different here than on previous records. Maybe I'll do that. Tell me what you think. Do you like this new album? And let's chat in the comments. We did that in the previous video and it was fun. I look forward to see you in the next video and I wish you all the best.